I just went all the way out into the desert to record a magical video for you, and of course all of my equipment overheated because it's about 120 degrees today. So I came back home, and while all my equipment is cooling down, I thought I would just go live and share those video topics here with you in real time, and I can answer questions for you if you have any questions. The main thing that I want to talk about today is something that we might all be experiencing. Some of us might have awareness that we're experiencing it, some of us maybe don't, and that is that Lionsgate Portal is happening this week. It is on 8/8 this Thursday, and I am really passionate about astrology. Now, I haven't always been passionate about astrology. I actually grew up very skeptical. I did not believe that this was a real science, or that it would affect you at all. I didn't think it was important. I thought that it was just kind of a distraction, something that weird people are into. But something that I was really passionate about was always self-improvement, self-growth, being the best version of myself, reaching my highest potential in this lifetime, and working on myself, developing self-awareness in order to achieve those goals. So I noticed over time of having all of these values that there were certain times of year, every single month, that I would just tend to feel a little bit more chaotic, a little bit more discombobulated, or things like that. And so I started doing some research as to why I was feeling more chaotic during the same time of year every single year, and I learned about nervous system regulation. So your nervous system has a schedule, whether you follow a schedule or not. Your nervous system knows what time it is, knows what time to eat, it knows what time to sleep, it knows what times of year to start to hunker down and prepare for winter, it knows what times of year that you should be doing other things or honoring the summer solstice and things like that. So your nervous system has this incredibly deep and divine intelligence, and this is the most intelligent part of our bodies. Our nervous system is so smart. This is where all of our soul wisdom lies, but so many of us have been conditioned to live a lifestyle of a little bit more stress, a little bit more chaos than we're used to, not understanding our nervous system, not understanding neuroscience, astrology, how all of these things come together, and that is what makes us all feel a little bit more anxious, discombobulated, chaotic, and things like that. But when you can understand all of these things, that is where you can actually self-actualize in this lifetime, which is a really fun way of saying reach your highest potential in this lifetime. The faster you can self-actualize, the faster you can reach higher and higher levels of prosperity, the faster you can reach deeper levels of fulfillment with friends, with loved ones, and just be happier in general in life. So I am really passionate about all things related to these topics and self-actualization and reaching your highest potential. And one of the most pivotal things that you can possibly do if you're also you also value these things and you're interested in these topics is to do a manifestation ritual on 8/8 or the Lionsgate Portal. Now, when I first heard about this, I was like, what? Like, why would I do a manifestation ritual? What does that even mean? Why would I do it on a certain day? Like, I have so many questions. I'm so skeptical that I doubt that this would even work for me, because I just did not understand how it worked, honestly, at all. But I actually went to an in-person manifestation ritual where I got to go to a cacao ceremony, set some intentions for the following year, and do some ritual practices that my ancient ancestors have been doing for thousands and thousands of years. And ever since then, I do this ritual every single year. I consider 8/8 to be kind of like the New Year's time for spiritual people or spiritually connected people, because this is really the time that all of the old energy from the past year is being cleared out so that we can launch and catapult into this more aligned and more empowered future. It is absolutely amazing. Getting some questions here. Let me just make sure that I'm not missing anything. Hey, Brianna. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining me. So 8/8 is a really powerful time for manifestation. And I know that manifestation is like this buzzword that is it's this buzzword, right? I even heard some healers recently say that like manifestation is out and aligning with God is in. But the way that I've taught manifestation since the beginning of time is the same exact way. I don't know what's going on with my screen here. Hold on, just one moment, guys. Having some technical difficulties. I've always taught manifestation in the same exact way, which is manifestation is a quantum science that we just haven't been taught in school. And manifestation is the process of aligning with your highest potential, self-actualization, and all of your deepest desires in this lifetime. Of course, you can manifest things that are not in your highest alignment, like you can manifest something that someone else wants for you. But if you are going to really be calling in and being a magnet for things that are going to be long lasting in your life, like let's say you want to reach a higher income level or higher levels of prosperity, if you're doing that for yourself and for all of the reasons that are in your deepest soul alignment, that's what's going to make those goals long lasting for you. That's what's going to make it something that you have just higher and higher levels of prosperity for life, rather than getting that quick promotion or that quick bump and then going back to the same struggle that you were going into before. So it's really important that we manifest for our own deepest desires and for our own goals. I know that manifestation can seem like this topic that people like don't really know what they're talking about, but trust me, I've gone to such extensive school for manifestation, and it is so hard to explain a high level quantum science in 30 seconds or less for all people to experience or be able to understand. That's why I offer one-on-one coaching, so that I can really make sure that you're able to use these tools and these practices and apply them into your own life. But yeah, let's talk more about 8-8 and Lionsgate, because manifestation is out as if it's some shallow trend. Yes, I heard that recently. It was very funny to me as well. And I think that there's lots of trends and things like that, and lots of things that we can see on the interweb world, in the interweb realm. But back to Lionsgate 8-8, which is the most powerful day for manifestation. So manifestation is the process of creating your reality. This is happening whether you are doing it deliberately and consciously or not. It's just happening. You are constantly creating your reality, because that's the way that our brains work. That's the way that they're wired, and it's the way that our universe works, and it's the way our universe is wired. So it's not egotistical, it's not self-centered to say that you are creating your reality. It is literally rooted in science. So during 8-8, this is a really, really powerful time of year that all these subconscious things come up. So most of our life, most of our thoughts, patterns, all of the things that make you you, including your personality, are in the subconscious part of your brain. That is the 90% of your brain that dictates your conscious mind, that 10% part of your brain. So the thoughts that we have, the thoughts that we think when we think, oh, I don't like what I look like today, that's because there's deep-rooted subconscious thoughts that are telling us, oh, you're supposed to be a certain weight, you're supposed to wear certain colors, you're not supposed to be doing these things, right? It's our inner critic that's giving us these conscious thoughts of, I don't like what I look like today. So manifestation is really all about rewiring your subconscious mind and making sure that the voices and the stories that you're telling yourself in that 90% of your brain are actually in alignment with you feeling empowered and amazing in this lifetime. So during 8-8, a lot of things are coming up. If you're following the Schumann resonance, if you're watching the frequencies of the earth right now, you might be observing that the earth frequency is on a different level than it has ever been in the past. And I continue to say this every year, because every year we are going higher and higher and higher. Humans have never experienced a vibrational frequency that we are currently experiencing on this earth. So if you've ever been wondering why it's hard to relate to your parents or your grandparents or other generations, we are literally living in a different energetic environment, and we're all processing that differently. So leading into 8-8, you might be noticing some negative habits are coming up, or you're being more aware of like, wow, I spend a lot of time on TikTok, or I spend a lot of time on Instagram and just scrolling, and maybe that would actually, I could make better use of that time doing something different. Or maybe you're noticing, wait, I actually have been holding on to a lot of anger towards my partner, towards my loved ones, towards my friends? What can I be doing differently in order to not be suppressing anger throughout my day and throughout my life? So I want you to know that if you're encountering this type of discomfort, and I know I'm kind of downplaying it, but I'm talking about some of us are having really, really bad days right now. And that is completely in your highest alignment. I know it doesn't seem like it, but when we experience any sort of discomfort, we have to trust that it is divine discontent. We are divinely feeling uncomfortable, maybe feeling higher levels of anger, maybe noticing patterns that are making us feel low self-esteem, feel bad about ourselves, and things like that. All of it is happening for us. Right now, what's going on is it's kind of like, imagine like an earthquake or something happening, and all of this debris that you couldn't see before is being shaken around, and now you can finally see all of the trash and you can see all of the debris, so you can comb through and start to pick it out and make sure that in this place, this inner garden world that we're metaphorically talking about here, that it's an environment for you to grow the things that you desire to see in your lifetime. This is what self-work is all about. It's not about breathwork, manifestation, meditation, plant medicine, all of this stuff. It's about cultivating an inner environment that you enjoy being in. And so when all of these things are coming up for us and we're noticing that we have long-standing patterns of suppressing our emotions or not speaking up, not setting boundaries and things like that, this is a beautiful opportunity for us to manifest a different reality. It is not smart to start to manifest a car and a skyline apartment in Dubai and things like that if you haven't yet manifested your health, if you haven't yet manifested boundaries, the ability to speak up when your boundaries are being crossed, right? I'm huge on manifesting all of the little things that we need in order to manifest those big things. And I know that so many people in this community actually don't align with the materialistic things, myself as well. And it's okay to manifest a closer connection to nature. It's okay to manifest more energy or creativity, to find a different pathway to dealing with your anger and dealing with your emotions. I also want to speak a little bit about anger even more deeply here, because anger used to eat me alive. And if you look at some whispers of research, this research is hard to find right now, but in 25, 30 years, this is going to be in textbooks, seriously. When women suppress their anger, what happens is we often develop chronic pain and chronic symptoms. It's all this energy. Anger is fire energy in the body, and it wants to go out, right? Imagine someone steps on your toe or does something to you and you go, ah, and you want to yell your anger at them. But so many women are taught through the feminization process, through how women are socialized in our society, that we can't yell like that you can't be angry, it's inappropriate, it's wrong, you're too loud, it's too much, it's not ladylike, all of these things. So many women, when someone steps on our toe, you feel that whole rise come up and you swallow it down and you go, it's okay, you stepped on my foot, it just hurt me a little bit. Right? You even hear the change of the inflection of the voice. I see this happening every single day. And what we're really watching here is self-abandonment. We're watching someone abandon themselves in the face of their own emotions in order to make another person feel comfortable. Women have been trained to be like this customer service rep of society and make sure that everyone feels comfortable around them, even the person stepping on their toe. And the answer for you might not be screaming and going into a full bloody wrath at that person when they make you angry, but having a method of being in touch with your anger that doesn't make you the anger manager necessarily. It doesn't mean that you have to alone suppress and hold your breath and contract and hold all of this stuff. This is what creates illness in the body. This is what creates pain. This is what creates chronic stress, chronic dysregulation. And we really have 6 hours. An emotion has a 6-hour lifetime. So when you get triggered and you get angry, you have 6 hours to healthily let go of that emotion, whether it be drawing it out, doing art therapy, doing catharsis, doing some meditation, a self-guided practice that you can then ground yourself and realize why you're angry in the first place. Maybe that person crossed a boundary. Maybe they reminded you of something violating that happened in childhood, and that younger version of you needs some words of affirmation, needs some healing, and needs some help. So there's so much that we can do. And anger is actually my best friend. I love anger. And it used to be the thing that I was the most shameful about before I started working with high-level one-on-one female mentors. And I remember I actually went to a session once and I was explaining just how angry I was at this person and how angry I was at the situation. And please, can you help me let go of this anger? And my mentor told me, they said, you shouldn't let go of that anger. That anger is helping you. It's helping you pave a completely new path. It's helping you create a completely new life. It's giving you the courage and the energy and all of the things that you need in order to change. Change takes a lot of energy. And if we're angry at our situation that we're currently in, that's a lot of energy that we can put into changing our circumstances. But if you are constantly fighting your discomfort and fighting the anger itself, then you are robbing yourself of so much information and so much wisdom that we would have otherwise had access to if we could just feel our emotions. Your emotions, we've been taught that they're so big, they're so crazy, all of these things. But the truth about emotions is emotions are energy in motion. The emotions that we feel are the same emotions that have been existing on this planet for thousands and thousands of years, the same way that the water we drink is the water that we've been drinking on this planet for thousands and thousands of years. So allow yourself to really think about that. The emotions that we feel are the same emotions our great-grandparents felt, the same emotions that their great-grandparents felt. When you allow yourself to actually feel the depth of your emotions, whether it be anger or any emotion that's coming up for you, you participate in ancestral healing. You can tap into your inner soul wisdom in a deeper way than you ever could before without that emotion. I really think of an emotion like a ship or a car. It's like a vehicle into deeper understanding and deeper self-love and higher levels of self-esteem. But we've all been sold this lie that your emotions make you crazy, your emotions are too much, your emotions are something that you need to suppress in some way. And so that's why I wanted to go live today and share this with you, because this really is a very, very pivotal time of year to start to create new patterns with how you handle your emotions, new patterns with what your emotions mean to you, what they mean about the world, new patterns in how you talk to yourself and what you allow your conscious mind to say to you. I have a very, very low threshold for what I allow my conscious mind and my inner critic to say to me. When my inner critic, like people always ask me, how do you do so many spiritual practices? How are you so into it? And I'm not into it. I'm just into not feeling like crap. And when my inner critic says something mean to me, I go on a run in 120 degrees and I do some shamanic healing and I sweat out all of those feelings and I put my nervous system in an environment that it can create something new neurogenesis, new neural pathway. We cannot achieve the goals that we truly desire doing the same things that we've been doing before. So we need to have the courage to actually do something crazy, to let our emotions guide us to hiking the Grand Canyon, to going on a backpacking trip, to doing something. That is what our emotions are here to do. They're here to guide us. They're not here for us to just suppress and ignore and talk about and vent about with our friends or pay to talk about in therapy. I absolutely hate that. There's so many people that I'm coaching these days that are paying to talk about things in therapy that people would pay them to talk about. And I don't know who that's for, but I just wanted to share that as well. Your voice, your emotions, your perspective, even if your perspective is completely different the next day, it is really, really valuable because it comes from you and it comes from your soul. And for whatever reason, we've been conditioned to believe that these things are not. And 8/8 is a really good time to get clear, to go back within and reconnect with your soul, reconnect with your inner wisdom, reconnect with your intentions for yourself and for the next 12 months, intentions for how you're going to treat yourself as different emotions and things come up. Because you deserve a fresh slate. And the only person that can truly give it to you is you. Throughout all of past generations and all ancient histories and times and spaces, we've always had rite of passage experiences. And in our Western world, that is the most spiritually poor place in the earth, we don't have rites of passage experiences. And there's correlations and studies that we can do about this. So the least rite of passage experiences a person has, the less prosperity they achieve in this lifetime, the less inner peace they have. We need to lean into these pivotal portal days like 8/8 if we really want to achieve the goals that we want to achieve for ourselves. And whether you believe in 8/8 Lionsgate portals, things like that, something that you can just take for entertainment purposes at least, is around 8/8, actually tomorrow specifically, is going to be the new moon. And the new moon is a very, very powerful time of month for launching into your alignment. So something that I like to do is I create a New Year's resolution, a New Year's plan on 8/8, and then every month throughout the year during the new moon, I set an intention to align myself to that plan. So every 30 days, I create a little plan, a little strategy or something like that, so that I can know that I'm making progress and I'm in alignment with my overall big goals. So 8/8 Lionsgate is also a time for heightened alien activity, which I absolutely love. I've been astral traveling for almost 5 years now, and I'm just getting more and more confident sharing my research, sharing my astral travel journeys. I've had thousands and thousands of journeys, so there's so much to share and so much to catch you up on. But one of the things that I really feel passionate about getting into these days is sharing more of my channeled information, channeled research, astral information, things like that. So if that's your vibe, definitely shoot me a message and let me know, because I could really use some additional confidence and encouragement if you're interested in divine channelings. But without further ado, let's just hop into it. So 8/8 Lionsgate is the Lionsgate portal. Lion are astral beings under some people's philosophy. So lions hold the energy of the Sirius planet. Sirius energy is very feline and cat-like energy. Lions and humans, or cats and humans, are beautiful counterparts because our energy bodies actually rotate in opposite directions. So a cat, their energy body goes counterclockwise and it creates a negative ionic charge, and a human energy body goes clockwise and creates a positive ionic charge. So when humans connect with the earth and gain negative ions from the earth, that is where we can heal ourselves and become the healthiest versions of ourselves. And when humans connect with cats and cat energy, we also can heal ourselves and become the healthiest versions of ourselves. So it can be really, really useful if you have a cat to cuddle with your cat, to let them purr on you. It actually creates incredible health benefits within the body that are so magical. Depending on your specific DNA and your specific soul blueprint, this time of year is going to be affecting you a little bit differently. I strongly believe, based on offering over 10,000 past life regressions with all different types of people and all different types of backgrounds, that every single one of us, if we go far back enough, we all have starseed origins, which means that we have intergalactic origins, and we're all hybrids of different intergalactic races. The more that we can understand this, the more that we can understand ourselves, how we work, what we're meant to be doing here, how to look our best, how to feel our best, how to reach our highest potential in this lifetime. So some of us here are more Syrian leaning. Some of us here might be more Andromedan or Arcturian or Pleiadian leading. And we can identify this through past life regressions. We can identify this just intuitively. There's so many different ways to identify your intergalactic starseed origins. And again, this is just a really fun way that you can better understand yourself and understand what your purpose is here, why you're dealing with the hardships that you're dealing with, why things are affecting you the way that they're affecting you. I love studying the self, and I cannot encourage that enough. There's truly so much information about the world and about you just inside your astrology charts, just inside your soul, in your heart, and in your inner wisdom. So I really cannot encourage you enough to dive in. You yourself are this encyclopedia, this universe of wisdom and knowledge and absolutely fascinating things. So this is a really good time of year to just dive into that, tap into that, pull into that. Remember that you are this multidimensional intergalactic being, whether you resonate with that or not. We are on a planet, therefore you're an intergalactic being. So I really encourage you to utilize this time of year and not let it pass you by. Don't let this Lionsgate pass you by. Don't miss out on this energy. It is already happening for you. So just bring a little bit more consciousness, a little bit more awareness into it if you want to maximize on it a little bit further. And I will be hosting a Lionsgate ceremony, of course. I host them every single year inside of our exclusive community. You can get into our exclusive community before Lionsgate. If you want to send me a message, shoot me a message on Instagram, DMs, and we'll get you set up and all squared away in our exclusive community. How that's going to look is that you'll send me a message there. We can set up a free consultation and just go over all of the onboarding details to get you inside. And what we'll be doing inside of our ceremonial ritual and exclusive community over there is we're going to be doing ancestral rituals using incense, using other ancient tools and practices that are also neuroscience based to help us rewire our subconscious mind and really become the best version of ourselves. I love to share activations because 1 hour of activation is said to equal 10 years of talk therapy, and I share activations every single week inside of our exclusive community, so it really is the place to reach your highest potential in this lifetime, and I absolutely love it over there. It's also a place that I can speak very openly about things like intergalactic starseed origins and the things that are happening on our planet, as well as politically and things like that, that I wouldn't be able to speak about so much here because of censorship, and just making sure that this is a safe space for children and for everyone involved that is on social media. So yes, it is a very, very beautiful space. And please light a candle for yourself on that day, write yourself a love letter, do a manifestation exercise or ritual of some sort. If you have no ideas on anything to do, send me a message regardless so that I can just give you some pointers and some tips, because I want to make sure that this year is truly the best year for you. And that all comes down to you feeling like the best, healthiest version of yourself, having clarity to know exactly what to be doing, and knowing that you're supported every step of the way, which is what I'm here for. So thank you all for joining me in this beautiful, beautiful time together. It was so fun to hang out on a Saturday afternoon and talk about some of my absolute favorite and life-changing topics. And I'll see you guys next time, and shoot me a message if you want some support on Lionsgate. I'm here to support you.